Listen. Let me start this statement off by saying welcome to the show. Here to put you up on topics that you really need to know. Live and center from the Ville, I introduce the coolest host. Y.C.S.W.U, the DJ, got you ready, good to go.
Yo, welcome back to YouCan'tSitWithUsRadio's Atlanta series part 2. I am your host, Y.C.S.W.U, as always, aka the kid that never sold dope, aka the Black Boondock. And the one and only, the smooth Q the DJ, aka Chuck. What's up, man?
Yes. What's going down, man? Chuck is feeling great. He's feeling excellent.
It was part 2.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, should we act like this pod on a different day? No, man. Well, yeah, we still enjoying it. Still enjoying it here. We got our second guest on. Shout out. What's the name of the studio that we in? UED. Shout out to UED Studios for allowing us to come in and occupy this space that y'all will see if you're watching this on YouTube.
Yeah.
And shout out to me because I edit the videos, and I'm proud of myself because I do that. So yeah.
Yeah, shout out to you, man.
And shout out to Ambitious because he does the audio, but he always does the audio, so I'm not gonna shout him out as me this time because I don't always do the video.
Yeah, you. How many days it take you?
Well, I mean, if I'm consistently working, then a couple hours. But sometimes, just depending on how the thing with Lord Goldie was, we had that part that didn't have any footage, so I was trying to figure out what to put there.
Oh, okay.
And that's why it took me a little longer with hers, because I didn't know if I just wanted to put like a picture of her or a picture of us or what to put there.
Oh yeah, that's when the camera went out.
Look at us talking about pre-pod during the pod, but that's cool because y'all can get the real experience.
Right. All right. What we gonna get into after this? What we doing? Anything?
I don't know, man. I think the next time we come to Atlanta, we need to be more prepared because I feel like there's so much to do here, and we be like out of the loop. So next time we're gonna ask around, but we gonna find something to do. Like I said, all those fails, y'all can catch me in the movie theater seeing Thor somewhere. Because if I don't find nothing to do, I'm going to see Thor.
Okay. All right. Well, as always, we keep the most amazing, talented, dopest, spectacular guests on the show, and today's like no other. Hey, I want to shout out. I gotta shout out Sanja, and I gotta shout out Krista, T.H.C. girls. We got one of their girls on the show with us, man. We got Venny on the show with us. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm very excited to be here.
For sure.
Yeah.
How long have you been in Atlanta?
I've been in Atlanta for approaching 2 years.
How you like it so far?
Depends on the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
What brought you here?
I actually had a job offer with my current job at the time, and it was during COVID. So once I got the ability to get out of Denver, I was gone.
Man, okay. So then, what made you want to leave?
I had been in Denver for 7 years. That's actually where the T.H.C. girls started, so it's kind of cool. And coming from New York City, like it just never really felt that place there. And I always knew that I was going to leave. I just didn't know when. So I had an opportunity the year before, but I just didn't have the money to actually come to Atlanta. And then because COVID hit, a lot of the buildings from my company just started to launch up, and I got the opportunity, and I was packing the day I knew I was gone. So I was out of there. Yeah.
I feel it. How is it like just experiencing a new place?
The transition was really beautiful. There's a lack of diversity kind of back in Denver, and dealing with that every single day. I don't think I ever really got used to it. So coming back to so much culture and like food, I got really excited, and like I love it here. As far as what I see in the diversity, it's like, it's no different from being back home in Brooklyn. Like it's just a different area, but Atlanta's a little crazy, so
it is. It can for sure get a little crazy.
So how did you connect with T.H.C. girls?
Actually, I was friends with Sanja years ago, so we actually started off an actual like organic friendship when I was in Denver, and I don't know, she was just I called her my spirit animal. Like it was like we had met, and I think like I like women, and I knew she liked women, and I think we kind of met like thinking that we were gonna talk, and we were both in plaid shirts, and we're like, we homies. So it was just like it was really cool, like just to have somebody that is organic and vibe out with them, and that the THC girl wasn't really her thing at the time. It was more Krista's thing. And she's always been about it. So it was the dynamic of the group was very different, and like I didn't actually get into the THC world until I got here. I've always been like an advocate of cannabis and stuff like that while I was in Denver. I just never really took it to the next level because of the crowd that I was really surrounded by. I didn't really focus. But being out here, and like they moved away, so being out here, I'm like, there's like different opportunities in here. I might as well just run with it. Because coming out here my first month, I already knew that a lot of people were uneducated in actual cannabis. Yeah, they really are. So it was like, if I could give people a different opinion on how to look at this, then maybe I could really grasp the market here, because it's just being introduced here, and I've already had knowledge of it for the past 7 years, so I can utilize that knowledge I got back then for things I can do here in Atlanta and educate people. So I've done a few events around Atlanta already.
It's funny to me that you would come to a place where weed is not, or cannabis is not legal.
It's a decriminalizer, ain't it?
It's so, but I mean, whether either way, but we know that compared to a Colorado, it's not as free here as it is there. So, was that an adjustment for you, like to not really be able to just? And I mean, some people do, just go out in public and spark up or whatever they do, but it be like that. That's cool. You know what I mean? But is that different for you now?
I think it actually infuriates me to kind of think about that, because I literally watched, my experience with that. People are like, oh, you moved up to Colorado, you want to get high, you smoke weed. I'm like, actually, I didn't even know it was being legalized. It just so happens that the month after I got there was when it was legalized over there. So the freedom of it doesn't make sense to me on a state level when you come to like the legalities. Like, people are really getting arrested still over here for a month, and people are making $1 million off of it. And regardless if it's state to state, it doesn't really matter. The outlook is just completely ridiculous, so I kind of don't like authority already. So coming here, it was like, I'm gonna break the rules, but I gotta be careful. Like, but in Atlanta, it is decriminalized, so you can be in Atlanta with weed. So I think it's foreseeable that it's gonna overturn. Like when New York State overturns, it's gonna overturn in a lot of places. So I think Atlanta's next. They just don't want to do it because they know that they make a lot of money off of it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's not predominantly any, like this is a diverse city. It's not really white based, I guess you can say that. So it's like there's a lot of culture in the city, and I think when it comes to certain things that culture can thrive on, there's a lot of things that prevent it. So that was my opinion about that.
I feel it.
So what's your strain of choice? What do you like?
Cobra Lips.
What is Cobra Lips?
Cobra Lips is the best sativa, and I know like a lot of people in Atlanta are gonna be like, oh, but I need that. I'm like, no, y'all smoke indicas so much you think you need to be that high.
What I say? Y'all need to get y'all a good sativa and get out and move. Like, y'all be smoking these indicas and be stuck to the couch looking crazy. Get you a sativa where you can get out here and move around. I only got to do that because I was talking just to my guys a couple weeks ago, and I'm just like, fam, I'm not into the indica wave. It's like it's cool to have, but when you in a place where it's not legal, it's really difficult to just go out and be like, yo, I'm trying to find somebody that sells sativa, because I feel like it's not as common.
I think it's just not as common because it is like people are always looking for that really, really without, that's what I'm saying, there's a lack of education because there are things that can, they can trigger different type of chemicals in your and make you think and make you create, and like they're designed for that. Like make different weeds you could smoke for your body, for your back. Like I mean you can medically actually educate yourself on this by looking up the strand of weed you're smoking what it's for, you know what I'm saying? Like they make a lot of strands, like a lot of the stronger strands that are medical, they'll do recreational, but there's a lot of the medical ones that are made specifically for certain people with certain issues, and they sell them because they're that strong or something, you know. So a lot of the education isn't behind it. You can actually smoke and be creative and do everything. You don't have to just smoke and just be lazy. Right. Like indica, it don't matter what type of indica you smoke, you're gonna be out of there. Like it's designed for that. Like because most of the time, people with medical issues actually only smoke indicas. It's for the body. Yeah. So you know, sativas that head high that. But I can still move. I can get out here, and that's what makes me more creative. Like I can get a nice sativa, and you know, I probably sit down like I edited a pod video, like I just grab that and I put the video together, and I'm just in my zone, like I'm cooling. So yeah, I'm a sativa advocate for sure. Cobra lips. Yeah. Cobra lips.
We had to talk about where I can find this.
In Denver, and probably only at one place. Shout out to Wolfpack.
Looks like we doing another pod Denver run.
Yeah, my people.
Yeah, they're going right back
for sure.
So you're an edible person?
It depends because edibles you just don't know. Right. Like you really don't know how long.
Right.
Yep.
I hate. So I remember. I'll never forget this. I had a guest when I used to work in hotels. I had a guest leave me a treat, and they were like, "Don't eat it all at once." And it was like this cookie crisp, like this sticky. It was called a sticky icky, and it was like a fruity pebble sticky. I had like half of it, and I woke up the next day like, I'm not eating the other half. Like it was just like I didn't remember eating it.
Yeah, that stuff you can't control, because it's like I feel like if I'm smoking and I get too chopped, I got ways where I can kind of help myself a little bit. Like I can drink water. You know what I mean? I can drink water. I can talk to people, which will kind of help me take my mind. Like, but if I got like edibles, bruh, there's nothing you can do.
Stop it.
You can't drink water. You can't. There's nothing you can do. You just gotta ride it out, man. And if you don't make it, you don't make it. You know what I mean? But them edibles, it's moving. Like Troy, like I see why you enjoy them a little more, because I would think you more inclined to that. But
like, I do enjoy them, but I make edibles, and I have made edibles, and I had this one friend. He wanted me to just taste his T.H.C. butter and made brownies, and I was like, I would never ever buy a brownie from you. Like you can only bite it. It was like, how much did you put in it? I don't know. I was bored.
Cassius.
Cooked it up. He didn't even know how much he was putting in. So it's like,
I need to know how much is in it. That's the thing, because I can do like 20, 25 at most. That's about
25 milligrams?
Yeah.
That's it? Oh, I can eat more than you. I'm definitely 50.
I can't.
I'm almost 100 milligrams.
I'm still working on up, but
Oh, no, I would definitely. So if you, I guess my tolerance level with edibles.
Right. You've probably been up there.
I'm definitely up there.
Yeah. All right, so let me see. So you live in the ATL. How you like it? How you like out here?
I like it.
Okay. How long you been out here?
About almost 2 years.
Okay. So, what events do you have? Because I know Kristen and Sandra, they tell me all the time they come up here a lot. Do they have a lot of events up here?
So they actually are in Florida. Yeah. So the last few events that we had were like the USA CBD Expo. So I'm the POC for the So I did the USA CBD Expo, and I also did the Villains Tattoo Convention. There was like another CBD thing, but there's not really, because the market is so new. I think it was the year I came, 2020, that they decriminalized it. So until then, even on the CBD side, it wasn't legalized, and then it became legalized like 2020. Okay. So just kind of, it's still fairly new. So as far as events, we have not set up our own THC girls events. We've just been attending and servicing like vendors that need promo or stuff like that. or people that might need education in it and stuff like that. So I actually do have a few girls that are going to be joining the T.H.C. like, you know, the crew here in Atlanta. So hopefully, yeah. So hopefully, you know, here in the next year, it can build up a lot more than what it was. Me establishing myself and getting settled has been really the focus, like, since I've been here. So now that I'm settled and I'm comfortable, I can expand and I have more time to do things now that I work from home and stuff like that. So good stuff.
Yeah, they app go crazy. I like that app. That app is crazy. The T.H.C.
Girls app.
I like that
app. We just launched that in October. So the best, I mean, like, it's just growing, and it's like, wow, ever since an October launch, you know, you think about it, it's less than 9 months or about 9 months, and it's already got 1,100 users, and we have 250 advocates and 50 ambassadors just for our own, you know, app. So it's like, I mean, that was kind of the best thing that they could do, because it doesn't only service the ambassadors, you know, it kind of gives the vendors that are a part of the T.H.C. girls and that we service, like, the opportunity to post an event, like Eventbrite, you know, and it's kind of like a lot of it, more of it, you can't post a lot of stuff like T.H.C. in different cities. So if they did have that in a city and it's not legal to do it, people can see, you know, not legal, but, you know, not permitted to post it on an app like that because of the federations or whatever. You know, there's an app that you can see other things that are local in your city for stuff like that. And it's not just for T.H.C. girls. There's artwork, there's models. I mean, you can go on there as like, you guys, if you're looking for a model or something, you can go on there like, hey, there's 50. I mean, but even with the girls being models, they're not even just models, like they're everything. I mean, everybody kind of, I'm a truck driver, so like we all have these actual occupations, and this is something that we do because we're all committed to the same idea and the same goal of, like, expanding. So
you like being a truck driver?
I do. I didn't think I would like it, to be honest. It was just one of those things I just did. Like, I guess I can do it. You know, I did it. And it was really, like, it was an accomplishment to me because I was better than the guys in my driving school. So I was like, hey, you know, girl coming here, you know, hey, you know. So that just being, I don't know, I just kind of pursued it. I stuck with it. I liked it. And then as I got comfortable, I'm like, I don't really want to be on the road for 24 hours. I'm an interactive person, so I decided to get into the operating field of it. So now I could, like, create a CDL school if I wanted to. So it's like now I just operate on the back end and do the back work. But I could hop in a truck. Like, if there's ever an apocalypse, we're going to go get an 18-wheeler. And I'm driving. Okay?
So we kind of talked about it a little bit before, and I know we've had people on the pod previously that are a part of it, but for the new listeners, explain what T.H.C. Girls actually is.
So T.H.C. Girls is a now nationwide, going into a global enterprise of women educating the T.H.C. market, but also it is to build up upcoming and already established artists, vendors, entrepreneurs, whatever, to help establish a market and to actually help them establish their content. So we are content creators, and we do influence the content creators. So that's the biggest focus, is to how to get a business to be a business. Yeah. And there's different, and most of it is cannabis, but because it's spreading so fast, they know that they have to kind of reach outside of cannabis. So it's not just a cannabis field. We just represent that. So the T.H.C. Girls, it goes back 10 years. I can't even really say they have so many accomplishments. You know, some of the hottest vendors and some of the biggest people in Colorado and Oregon, which is where they were in Portland. And you know, the hemp industry all you know, in total, like, it's just amazing. Yeah. I can't even really put it down on paper. It really is amazing to see from 7 years ago how they just developed and really turned what it was, like, the image of it, around to something just so much bigger. Yeah. So,
facts. Yeah. Do y'all link up with, like, people who might do, like, Delta 8 and stuff like that, or CBD?
Yeah, that was the last. I actually did the the convention, the USA CBD Expo, that was all Delta 8.
Oh, word.
And it was all Delta 8, and the products I did for Bliss Wellness when I represented their sales at the Villain Arts Tattoo. So it was all Delta 8 products.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. But I had some.
Mm-hmm.
They're not on the, but they're on the.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
They're good. I like the product. Still a fan of T.H.C, but
yeah.
Going back to truck driving. Do you enjoy driving stick shift?
I can't drive. I can drive a standard car.
Oh, just standard. Okay.
I can't. I can only drive an auto.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now's the time for us to get down to why Ambitious drives a stick shift willingly.
I drive stick shift.
Why do you drive a stick shift willingly?
I don't know. It's cooler.
I like manual. I'd rather have a manual car. Like
I'm not willingly driving a stick shift vehicle because I feel like not only do I have to manage my radio and a bunch of other things, but now I have to change gears. No, probably. I don't know. But I don't want to do all that.
You actually have to pay attention when you drive.
Yeah. And I don't want to pay attention when I drive.
Automatic mofos crashing on the road. You can't do a stick shift.
That's what, man. Atlanta always a shock for me though. I always pay attention when I'm here because this traffic is a beast.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Somebody they'll literally drive off the on ramp through the grass into front of you like they don't even care here. I've definitely had that happen. Like somebody just came through the grass. I was like, dude, it's a red. They had a red light and they came on the grass into my lane because they didn't want to wait in the traffic lane. So definitely seen that,
especially on the hill though, because you roll back on a stick shift. Yeah,
but people really tailgate you here, so you'll hit somebody's car if they're up in your ass.
y'all have fun. I'm cool. I'm gonna stick with my audio over here, my automatic right over here.
You wanna get into a song?
Yeah.
What we got?
Well, we gotta I had to come up with a list of the stuff that I just heard. I don't know. We're gonna pick something and put it here.
Yeah, y'all hear something?
Yeah, and if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see exactly what it is by the cover art that I'm going to add. So yeah, let's get into some music, and we'll be back on YouCan'tSitWithUsRadio.
Yeah.
It's Duro Music.
Started out kosher, you want a joke? I pulled up in Roshan. We had a problem, I would approach it. I ain't gotta hide, I ain't gotta goshen. I told you when I left, I wasn't coming back. I know that you miss getting hit from the back. I don't miss the fighting, it threw me out track. And now that it's over, I'm back to relaxing. How about the plane? Head to the crib, roll up some weed, DoorDash a meal, throw some clothes, get in the field, go get a bag. I do this for real, slide on this track. I do this for real, I do this for fun, I do this to live. Got you out my mind, I like how I feel. Whatever it takes, girl, you know how it is. But you need to know that I might hold a grudge. I don't want you back and I don't want your love. See, people like you get replaced with a sub. See, you took the L, baby, I took the dub. I kept it moving, didn't even stay mad. Shook out that shit and got back to the bag. I do not go back to girls from the past. The best that you had, I ain't gotta brag.
Ain't gotta brag, I'm the best thing that you ever had. Yeah. But you let it go. I hold grudges, ain't no coming back no more. Ain't no more. Yeah. Ain't gotta brag, I'm the best thing that you ever had. I'm the best thing that you ever had. But you let it go. I hold grudges, ain't no coming back no more. Ain't no coming back. If you wanna go, then go. Ain't no coming back home. Ain't no pulling up, ain't no dropping off, ain't no ringing my phone. I don't wanna got my own. What you thought that I would wait for it? Independent, I can pay for it. Them weak chicks probably stay for it. I just give it to you straight for it. I bounced back and went straight up. Too many nights I was calling. Too many nights I had to stay up. All you tell me is stay down, like I'm supposed to just lay around. Went and did your own thing, guess it's time for me to play now. Ain't gotta brag, I'm the best thing that you ever had. Yeah. But you let it go. I hold grudges, ain't no coming back no more. Ain't no more. Yeah. Ain't gotta brag, I'm the best thing that you ever had. I'm the best thing that you ever had. But you let it go. I hold grudges, ain't no coming back no more. Ain't no coming back. Don't do it better than me. They never put me in second. I'm the first lady, they can't play me, they just pay me a fee. I'm pulling up and I'm popping out in places they can't be. That check working, I'm networking with faces they can't see. I told my team just cash in, you can bet it all on me. you just let it go. Now you never know what it probably could be. I've been gone, I've been left, no looking back, just deuces. And I hold on to grudges, ain't no truces. Oh, I know you hate to see it, but I'm doing just fine. Nigga, get off my line, stop wasting your time. You show me your true colors, no, you can't take it back. Nigga, fade to the back, my feelings ain't coming back. Ain't gotta brag, I'm the best thing that you ever had. Yeah, but you let it go. I hold grudges, ain't no coming back no more. Ain't no more. Yeah. Ain't gotta brag, I'm the best thing that you ever had. I'm the best thing that you ever had. But you let it go. I hold grudges, ain't no coming back no more. Ain't no coming back no more.
Yo, welcome back to You Can't Sit With Us Radio. So Venny, do you when you're high, do you have some interesting food choices?
I actually don't really like to eat when I'm high, and I know that's really weird.
No, it's not.
I like to create. I like to paint or something, or drink a smoothie. I don't like to chew when I'm high.
Do you lose your appetite a little bit?
A little bit.
'Cause
Depending, well, especially like I have a routine for me, like my consumption, because I feel like if you are irresponsible with your consumption, you will become a pothead that doesn't do nothing, and that happens a lot. And then you start to smoke because you just need to smoke, and you gotta always be conscious of why you're putting that in your body. I feel like you gotta always be conscious, like I'm drinking water because I feel dehydrated, right? So I'm smoking because, I don't know, I'm getting up in the morning, you know what I'm saying? I have like a little routine. I get up in the morning, I relax a little bit, and then I'll go
do what I gotta do.
Do what I have to do after I take care of the basics. The dog gotta go out. I gotta feed the cat. I gotta make sure my plants is sprayed, you know what I'm saying? And then, boom, I'm focusing on me, and I'm getting ready for work or something. So I don't usually like to smoke during the day because, like I said, it's indica, so I be getting real like. So I might, puff,
Right.
I don't really eat.
I feel
I'm not a morning eater either, so that could contribute to the fact that I don't eat when I smoke in the morning. I like a big lunch, you know what I mean? And I like to get off of work and I close that computer and I. Because sometimes
and that's how it is. Like me, I was just telling them I wouldn't smoke before like going to eat a big meal, because for me it decreases my appetite. Like now maybe probably like an hour or two later I might get the munchies a little bit, but for me, I could have it like if I know I'm finna go somewhere but I don't want to eat as much, I could smoke beforehand and my appetite would be like a lot less. So
I feel you.
Yeah, it works for me in that.
It actually is supposed to kill your appetite. That is the education of it. It's supposed to decrease your appetite. It doesn't increase your appetite. People have that mentality that they think they're hungry.
Yeah.
And then you start eating, and then you realize when you actually get down from your high how bad your stomach hurts. That's because you're literally not registering what your body's telling you because you're high. You're not really hungry. You're probably thirsty.
Facts.
If you feel hungry when you smoking, you're actually probably thirsty. So try drinking water before you eat something. I bet you just
the maths.
Did you see that video of Wiz when he was blowing the smoke with the gun?
I've seen so many Wiz videos of him using so many machines to smoke. It's insane.
I seen a banana girl smoking out a banana not too long ago. It's like the wrong angle, and
I made a banana thing to smoke out of like a few years ago. I smoked out of an actual banana, and that was really interesting.
It's the mouth on the end.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. But we did it.
No way.
We used another fruit as well. I just don't remember what it was, but we did that. Yeah.
I think the craziest. Oh, that's cool. Like the craziest thing I've ever smoked out was a 4 foot long bong. Like I was sitting, I remember, and it was stretched out, and I was like, like it was some college shit, but it was fun, I was so blazed. I don't think I smoked anything for like 2 days. It ripped me. Like it was like I don't like bong hits. If any more of my friends know, I'm not a bong girl.
Yeah, I'm kind of cool on it too.
Clean.
Yeah.
You guys ever dabbed?
Nah, I've always wanted to try it.
The dab bus. You gotta go to Denver.
Yeah. I'll be thinking about it, but me like.
They got dab buses, like when there's.
But I like me. I have my limits, and I don't know how that's gonna affect me. So. I mean, like,
have you? What's the hardest drug you ever had? Shit, I'll let you know. It's really pure. So like smoking the resin head is something that you smoking it just squeeze weed, frozen oil, and you're.
Yeah, see,
it's
I be
straight.
That'd have me out here bugging.
Yeah, that's Sandra's thing.
Yeah,
dabbing. That's the name of her dog. She named her dog Dabbing.
Shout out for sure.
So what you listen to? What type of music you listen to? What's your playlist?
I'm a big avid for any type of Jamaican reggae dancehall music. I love Latin music, but I love classical instrumentals. I know it's like weird, but sometimes I like that, turning on meditation.
Yeah, you might like rock out to some Beethoven.
Yeah,
I feel it. I feel it.
Beethoven. I rock out to that, but I do love indie music. Like I like to find a song that I really haven't heard, and then I'll just put that shuffle on, or like create a station on my Apple, and it'll play other indie artists that might sound the same. So like I find a lot of good music like that. I don't really enjoy mainstream music. Half the time people ask me, I'd be like, I know this is so terrible. I had to find out who Bluetooth was, like, but I realized it was the girl Bluetooth. Okay, it's not Bluetooth.
I never heard
Baby Blueface or whatever his name is. Girl, Jonathan. What is that? Blueface?
Yeah.
Okay, Bluetooth.
Okay.
They call her Bluetooth. I really thought that was her name. But that's like how I found out about Blueface. Mm-hmm. I didn't really know.
I'm not really know.
I don't like
nothing
it.
against them,
like
but I ain't gonna listen to no Blueface like that.
No, I don't like the music. It was just like I don't really know about mainstream people until like some TikTok video or some video comes out about like them talking about each other or like some shade room shit. I don't even know who half the artists are, and it's no shade to them. It's just that mainstream music has just it's gone off into 50 different ways, and like it all sounds the same or it really doesn't move me. So I have a hard time adapting to the music these days. But I'll never have a hard time adapting to a dancehall reggae, dancehall ever.
Yeah, the thing I always find out, because I DJ weddings, and oddly enough, I get quite a few weddings that want like island, like reggae type music. But what's crazy for me is reggae, I never know who the artist is. It just all sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds
like
good,
majority of it all just gets you that same bop, and you can you can get in your vibe with it, and it's cool. So I mess with Latin music for sure, just because it's just not, I don't know, I feel like you're not stuck to certain artists. You can just kind of find something and it's cool. Have you ever listened to reggae? Yeah, I mean,
50 songs with the same backbeat.
Yeah,
they're called rhythms.
Yeah.
So you'll have 50 artists that when you listen to it, you could tell but it just doesn't sound. I don't really know how to explain the way that they do music, but I could tell you they're called rhythms, and they'll just be the same rhythm that's this, and one will make a 1 minute song and another Jamaican artist will make a 3 minute song.
Yeah.
But then they'll mash them up in a club and it'll be one song playing, but you don't know it's one song playing. So that's how it is though. Like, but you can't do that with this type of music these days. Every single time I hear a song that I'm like, oh, they making an old school beat. Oh, they remaking an old song. It just don't. It don't have the same. I don't know. It just don't have the same kick.
Yeah.
Did you listen to Drake's new album?
Did I what?
Drake's new album?
What I got to say is that I understand that, when we're in music, we like to adapt to different lanes, which I get the outlook, but there's difference between musicians and artists. And an artist is just like a performer. Like they tell you what to do and you do it.
Yeah.
A musician is somebody who can transform whatever they're doing to be phenomenal, which I think the best person to do that people might hate me for saying this, is Tory Lanez. Like a lot of people have that, but then when he
I
came
can
out,
agree with that.
Man, I was listening to Channel Waterfalls, like, yeah.
No cat. No.
And I'm
talking that talk.
Everybody
Keep talking
can
that
do
talk.
that. Everybody in here can do that. Like, but you cannot do that with Drake.
What is that on Namek? What song is that? I forget. When
Channel Waterfalls.
Yeah, whatever. All that whole last project was fire, and they didn't show him as his proper just due just because of the whole Megan.
I don't.
Yeah.
I got another opinion on that, but you know,
I feel you.
You know, it is. It just I don't believe it, and you know I don't believe it because I took 4 years in criminal justice. I seen somebody get shot in their leg before. I seen somebody get shot in their chest. I mean, I know people are disabled. She was dancing on a stage a week later. So I'm not saying I'm hating on her. Yeah. I'm just saying the physics don't matter. I mean, the physics matter, but they don't match up. Yeah. Like the physics of being shot in your foot twice doesn't match up with the fact you was stomping around in heels the next week, unless you did some type of skin graft, advanced healing therapy. They threw you one of them witches milk baths, like whatever they did to you, you know. But the physics don't. And he was on his way of going independent. Yeah, completely independent right at that time. And if you see a lot of the artists, and especially black artists that actually get a lane to do their own independence, end up with some type of fault or something crazy. So I mean, it's a pattern. People can say it's not, but if you put people black men, a little pattern to that. You know. So that's just my opinion on the whole Drake album. Though, is that he just can't do it. Yeah. Can't do it. There's some people that can, and there's just some people that can't. Like, I believe you can be versatile, like Bruno Mars. Like, he has this versatility, like, in his music that he could probably do any type of music. Ja Rule or 50 Cent or the people we know. Like, I mean, they can. I mean, who's even out now? Right.
Who knows? Everybody. And nobody at the same time.
It's like... the same people recycling, and it's like, well, y'all music, what are we talking about? Are we still talking about guns and this, that? Like, it's 2022. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, and I think every rapper should leave COVID out of their raps. That's my opinion. If you hear that,
somebody do another COVID bar. Yeah,
leave COVID alone. So,
man, I ain't never been a big fan of Drake singing though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nah, that shit's a vibe.
I ain't never been a
fan of Don Toliver is?
Yes. Yeah. Don Toliver is fire.
I mean, St. John, I mean, there's, like I said, you have to be a certain type of musician to sound a certain way, and you're just not always, like Beyonce in movies, she's not going to ever be an actress. Let's just be honest, okay? Like, I hate when people be like, oh, she cannot do everything. You know? Just saying, she's better in places than she is other places. Right. Like, you know, leave them stay where you're good at. You know, some people need to hear that. Stay where you're good at, and if you're not good at that, then don't stay there. Yeah, you know, people are like, oh no, but this is my passion. It should be a hobby. Like, you know, not trying to shit on anybody, but it is what it is.
You got any TV shows you watching? Anything you watch?
I'm not really a TV person, believe it or not. But when I do watch something, I like to watch sci-fi or any type of action. So I watched that Stranger Things. I really like that show.
Stranger Things was fire. I need that last season.
But it's because I'm really into things, and I think shit like that is true. So,
but I just hate them for telling me that a new season will come out, and it's coming out in like 2 years instead of like next year. So
wow,
I'm very impatient for that.
I didn't even know that. You just ruined my whole. I gotta figure that out next July.
It's not dropping until 2024. At least.
Well, it'll probably be January though.
I hope.
They might have like a 2-part in 1 year, like they did.
What's the other show coming out late? What's the one is in there?
Euphoria.
That movie with all
I seen that show. So when everybody is like popping on this show, I'm like, man, I seen that show when it first came. Like, I knew it was crazy 3 years ago. Like, and I know people are like, but I'm like, have y'all ever seen the movie 13?
I've heard of it.
Ain't nothing. That is the Euphoria of 1990. Them bitches was wild. Like, if you have never seen the movie 13, I suggest to go try and find a movie and watch it. Because it's nothing. It's just like what they doing in the show, except it's spanned out to a show. But that was the first time I ever really seen, like, people are like, oh my god, kids do this. I'm like, have you guys never seen this movie in 1990? Kids have been doing this. There just wasn't no cameras.
Yeah.
in social media. So, but yeah, gotta watch that.
You believe in aliens?
I do. I believe there's aliens everywhere.
I for sure believe in aliens.
I think like there's multiple different species of humans because there has to be.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there just has to be. There's a lot of different things that go on with different people, and I'm like, that ain't human. That's gotta be something else. I got something in there. But like, yeah, I do believe in aliens. I believe it because of living in Denver, for sure.
Okay.
See some weird shit out there.
All right, you want to get a second song?
Yeah, still don't know what it's gonna be.
All right,
y'all find out when
y'all hear it when y'all hear it.
Yeah, still don't know what it's gonna be, but it'll be something. It's gonna be fire.
It's gonna be music playing. That's all I can tell you.
Greatness.
All right, we'll be right back.
You cannot sit with us. You can't sit with us.
Sweet baby Jesus, Threshold Grace. Threshold Project Boy, You can't sit with us. Still, listen. Let me start this statement off by saying that I'm taking off. You better get a feature now, cause soon you'll have to pay a cost. See, I'm just here to give you back the game the way that it was taught. I didn't put in so much work, them haters tried to lay me off. So ferocious with my focus, paid my dues and got promoted. Making moves to make a living, so I stay in constant motion. Keep my drive accelerating, speed increasing, I'm not slowing. You can try to block the lanes, but how I'm rolling got them open. Catch me coasting in that Nissan Versa, pull up and serve you. I could bag you up this sack, but I'd rather serve you a purpose. Cause you worthless, you ain't working, got no potential for earning. You was frontin', that's for certain. Your pride and pockets is hurting. Too determined on my mission to take this music the furthest. Suckers out here switching up, but you'll never see me convert. Man, the flow I spit is elegant, like I'm speaking in cursive. Know it's worth it when we clicking up. You suckers still can't sit with us.
Building up a dynasty for the future. Getting in out so later I could put my feet up. I provide the foundation, but you gotta build it up. If you're not a hustler, then you can't sit with us. Grinding and shining, that's what we like to do. You can't be lazy and want to go get it back too. Every day we work to be our best. You can put our efforts to the test.
I'm hanging out with my vices, but I got a tat to remind me to always remain righteous. Sometimes I don't like it, I don't always wanna fight it. Let the clip go with the lead out. Too sucker can't get out. I'm headed up, you can head south. Who counted me out? I need a head count. Headshot to whoever got their head out. Y'all misunderstand my silence. I love peace just as much as I love violence. That's the problem, we know how to choose. Most don't think for themselves, so they only know how to lose. Can't break everybody neck, so I learned how to break their rules. And created my own table, so I don't depend on they food. Now I'm full, and you can't sit with us. Y'all some fools, now we see who got their digits up. They just want the fruit from the trees. They can starve, yo, they ain't never planting no seeds. I'm going hard,
Niggas can't sit with me, every day I make history. Lead this beat like a mystery, committing murder in the 6th degree. Plural murders by the 7th letter, second bodies to the 7th heaven. Try to stop us, but I wouldn't let them. New Medici know they can't forget us. You know ride like this, multiply mine, divide they clicks. Who you know slide like this, touch the beat once and ice that shit. Mute and jubilant, I like that shit. Say I'm cocky, but she like that shit. Try to copy so they bite my shit. I leave them teethless so they bite my shit. Spoon feeding them all, niggas be needing it all. He ain't got faith in himself, so he believe in it all. But I told you once, guess I'ma tell you twice. You can't sit with us, but I guess you had to try. Bye.
You ain't gotta kick it with me if you ain't getting checks with me. I've been on some level of shit, now you're trying to fuck with me. To fuck with all the negative shit, don't destroy my energy. All I see is jealousy, looking for your company. Didn't wanna fuck with my journey, do you wanna fuck with me now? You wanna sit with me now? I'm good. You can't have my trust, you can't sit with us. You can't have my trust, you can't sit with us. You can't have my trust, you can't sit with us. For the future, then you can sit with us.